Ah, students, you love business studies, but there's a problem answering these things to the fully explained level in exams. Now, fully explained goes to excellence at level 1, and it counts for both merit and excellence evidence at levels 2 and 3. So it's pretty important. In order to do it, you need to be able to explain first. So if you can't handle that, have a look at my other video. Basically, TKI says that fully explained is supporting your reasons with examples or information that relates to effects, advantages and disadvantages, and or consequences. You've also got to show how these contribute to a particular outcome or business and stakeholder goals. Now that's all good and well, but it's kind of confusing. It doesn't really tell you how to answer a question properly. So what do? You could remember that you've got to state, then say how and why, then give consequences, which have to relate to the question and or the context, or whatever it is that you're talking about. Sure, that would work. Or you could use the BLT tool I'm going to give you today. It's going to help you structure your answer in a way and make sure you've got enough evidence in there for fully explained. And unfortunately, it does not have anything to do with sandwiches. I'm going to show you how it works with 3 questions, one for each of levels 1, 2 and 3, to give you a wide variety of situations that you'd see it used in. Now if you want to follow along with these, feel free to pull up the 2015 exams that I pulled them from. Our first example from 2015 is the NCA Level 1 90837 exam, also known as Achievement Standard 1.1. The question says, fully explain 2 impacts that effective employer-employee relationships will have on Hikoi Whenua. Now my answer might look something like this. One impact of effective employer-employee relationships on Hikoi Whenua would be positive interactions between employers and employees. To there I've just stated my answer. Then I would say this is because Shane would be able to have honest conversations with his employees about the work environment without fear of conflict. To about there, I'm getting to the explain level. This would lead to Nanghuya and Tepani feeling confident that their ideas are listened to and respected. Therefore, potential hazards would be identified earlier and the risk of injury or death would be reduced, adding to Hikoi Whenua's reputation for a good working environment. Once I get to there, I've fully explained. Our second 2015 example comes from the NCA Level 2 90843 exam, otherwise known as Achievement Standard 2.1. It says, fully explain 2 skills that George Tagg may demonstrate as an effective leader. If I were to scaffold this using BLT, I might say, as an effective leader, George Tagg will have well-developed communication skills. Because of this, he will be able to communicate his vision for ABC Sports alongside stakeholders in a way that will ensure they all buy into it. So there I've kind of explained. Then I might say, this will lead to employees feeling they are involved in two-way communication and that they are valued as George has taken time for them. Therefore, employees will be more motivated and will work harder to help the business achieve its long-term strategic goals. Fully explained. And our final 2015 example comes from the Level 3 Business Studies exam, 91379, Achievement Standard 3.1. It says, fully explain how ineffective quality management at Moa campervans might impact on the profitability in the New Zealand and Australian markets. Our example might look like this. Ineffective quality management would have a negative effect on brand loyalty for Moa campers. This is because customers may be getting a product, i.e. a campervan, that is below their expectations and see it as an inferior quality good. Now to there, I've probably explained my answer. Then I might go on to say, this will lead to customers turning to Moa campervans competitors in New Zealand and Australia for a product of better quality as customers value this. Therefore, Moa campervans will have declining sales and, all other factors being equal, will see falling profitability. Simple, right? BLT is such a useful tool. It allows you to fully explain. Now the L and the T that leads to and therefore is the fully explained part of BLT. And you need to be careful. Examiners and teachers have noticed a trend where students will always give the same kind of consequences. They will always talk about either sales, costs, or profits. Now that might get you into trouble if it doesn't relate to the question. What you need to do is make sure the leads to and therefore that you're giving relate to the business case, whatever problems they're facing, and or the question that you've been asked. For example, in the level 3 question we looked at about mobile camper vans, it asked me to talk about both mobile camper vans and about profitability. Therefore, my leads to and therefore parts related to profitability because that's what they asked about. The level 2 question we looked at about George Tagg was less clear, but we knew that we were talking about leadership. So when I was talking about him in terms of the consequences, the leads to therefore, I related it to goals and the mission because that's what a leader is in charge of. So be careful that when you're giving answers, you're not just tacking on things like sales and profit. You're actually relating them to what you've been asked. And that's it, really. Use BLT. The best thing for you to do is have a few goes at questions and things like that. Get a classmate to have a look at them, or ask your teacher to make sure you're actually using BLT properly and that your answers actually relate to